The lightsaber has been one of my favorite weapons ever since I got into Star Wars. I love the magical sounding hum along with the clashing noise it made when it struck another blade. Even cooler were the lightsaber duels, especially the ones in the prequels. In today's video I'm going to be diving into the 7 lightsaber forms. Now I already did this video as a YouTube short, however I didn't get to break it down quite as much as I wanted to, which is why I'm making this video. Now, let's explore the 7 different lightsaber forms. Form 1. Shi-Cho. Form 1, also known as the Way of the Sarlacc, is the first form taught to Jedi initiates. It was the first lightsaber form created, and it was inspired by when in ancient times they switched from swords to lightsabers. Form 1 is all about the basics, and targets the main parts of the opponent's body: head, legs, right side, and left side. It also teaches basic parrying. This obviously isn't the best form for lightsaber fighting, whether you're fighting an opponent with a blaster or a lightsaber. Learning Form 1 almost always starts out with deflecting blaster bolts from a remote control droid. Interestingly enough, without Luke knowing, Obi-Wan was teaching Luke the basics of Form 1 on board the Millennium Falcon. Form 2, Makashi, also known as the Way of the Ysalamiri. It is considered to be the best form for lightsaber-to-lightsaber combat, and it is the most elegant out of the forms, which is one of the reasons it was used by Count Dooku. This form emphasizes precision strikes and well-balanced footwork, staying in a straight line, moving backwards or forwards when needed. This form does not involve leaping and acrobatics like Form 4 has. Because it's a one-armed dueling style, it works well with the curved lightsaber hilt, which we've seen Dooku use. Now, over time, Form 2 wasn't used quite as much due to the supposed extinction of the Sith. As a result, many believe that it wasn't a useful form. Form 3, Surisu. This form was known as the Way of the Mynock. This form focused on defense more than all the others. Form 3 required the user to be calm no matter the circumstance. This form was extremely helpful for blaster defense. Form 3 can maximize defense with its tight, effective movements that pressure the user's energy. When in lightsaber combat, they could use this to wear down their opponents and tire them out. When their opponent messes up, they seize the opportunity and attack. Form 4, Ataru. Known as the Way of the Hawkbat, it is an extremely acrobatic form. This form requires its user to stay almost completely on offense. It relies on a Jedi's ability to harness the Force's power that allows them to run, jump, and spin. Form 4 can be incredibly fast and hard to defend against. However, excessive use of this force can wear the user down, so it's smart for a Jedi to only use this form in quick bursts. It can also be hard for Form 4 users to defend against multiple opponents. This form normally works with the singular opponent. Form 5, Xian/Gem So. Also known as the Way of the Krayt Dragon. This is a more aggressive form and has 2 parts. Xian and Gem So is a more physically demanding form. It was created after several Jedi Masters believed that Form 3 didn't allow Jedi to properly counterattack. The Xian part of Form 5 is the style that deflects blaster bolts and redirects the blaster bolts onto their opponents. It also finds targets of opportunity. The Xian barrier of blades technique creates a tunnel of lightsaber energy to ricochet enemy fire in every direction for maximum damage. Gem follows the same principle of turning an enemy's attack onto their opponent. Its signature move is the Fluid Riposte, which deflects powerful enemy attack and immediately counterattacks. Form 6, Niemen. Known as the Way of the Rancor, Form 6 is essentially the balance of 6 out of the 7 lightsaber forms. It isn't quite as precise as Form 2, or defensive as Form 3, or powerful as Form 5. It's a balance of the previous 5 forms. It was often used by Jedi consulars who didn't make a career out of fighting like Jedi Guardians. It was a relatively simple form to master. Users of this form were strongly encouraged to add force powers to aid them in combat due to this form's simplicity. Moves like Force Blast, Force Push, and Force Pull. Niemen is also the lightsaber form most connected to the art of using 2 lightsabers, a technique called Jar-Kai. This form acts as a base to help them practice the use of 2 blades. Form 7, Juyo. The last form is an interesting and controversial form in the Jedi Order. Form 7, also known as the Way of the Vornsker, I probably didn't say that right, is an intense form that uses a Jedi's passion, which many believe contradicts the Jedi's code. There is no emotion, there is peace. However, many users are able to control their passion and channel their inner turmoil that allows them to flow into powerful strikes. This form, however, flirts with the dark side and has led many Jedi down that path. However, a special few are able to control this form and use it for the light side. There is a variation of this form, which was created by Mace Windu, called Vaapad. Vaapad requires the user to enjoy and relish the duel and push through so that they can enjoy the satisfaction of winning. Vaapad also required the user to turn their opponent's dark side against them. This is a very dangerous variation, and while it undoubtedly worked for Mace Windu, it led the Jedi who helped create this variation, Sora Bulk, to the dark side. So there are the 7 lightsaber forms. I hope that this video further explained this for you. What's your favorite lightsaber form? I have a hard time deciding, but I like Form 4 and 5. I love the acrobatics in 4 and the power in 5. Thank you so much for watching. May the Force be with you. Have a great day.